welcome back to Final Dankasy 4. I am Alex, also known as Solanus Dracone, and this is the finale. We have nothing left to do. All of our party is up to level 80 or above. Kane is kind of, still lagging behind. But with everybody at level 80 or above, then, that's as good as it needs to be. At this level, Rydia already has Meteor. At this level, we are doing pretty decent damage, and as you saw from my little momentary thing last week, just my little end game thing, we have our strat down pat. So, any new thought bubbles?
Father, I will follow the path you set me on. Cecil, you have to forgive your brother.
People's hearts are not toys for you to trifle with, Zemus. Especially that one.
We must see this through, Cecil.
Alright, everybody's got their game face on. We kind of saw them go through all the motions of dealing with, how they have to do a hard fight against a terrible enemy who is really screwed with them hard. So, yeah, everybody's mentally geared up for what's to come. And we have no time for anything in this episode but getting to the core. All things are being skipped, all enemies are being run from. Yes. Must move on. And since, again, Cecil is the only one really taking damage, why did I run that way? Since Cecil's the only one taking any single hit damage, then, we're just gonna keep him slightly topped up as we go. Alright, so I've already run all the maps of the Lunar Core, so I don't really need to bring up the, mini-map anymore. And I don't need to fight behemoths anymore. Hopefully I can still run... Yeah, I can run from them. Yeah, we don't need to fight anything on the way down. Although if we run into the Breath of Zemus and the Mind of Zemus or whatever, I'll briefly explain their tactics. This enemy's already been completely explained. Come on, GTFO. Random attack. That's a pain. Just get myself in order. Yeah, I know where I'm going. It wasn't the situation where you needed to have a map in the original game because you were zoomed out a great deal more. But in this game, because you are so up close and personal with the characters that are on the screen, then, the mini-map becomes a little bit more sensible. We just double check. Yep, more or less down. I've literally gotten everything there is to get that I'm going to need. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to the Eidolon side quest where you go find the youngsters. I don't need what comes out of that. We're not doing the Pudding Way, Naming Way, Arsing Way quest. Unfortunately, that's just not useful to me. Somewhere, somehow, in some way, I did not get 100% of the map. I went back to the Sylvan Cave and I double-checked, I went into every corner. I could not find where I missed any maps, so I'm afraid I don't get the safe travel, which is sad. Come on, can you guys just go? God, 4 flipping rounds. Alright, come on. Better than this. We're better than this. It would almost take less time for me to kill these guys. Ugh. Things are getting a little hairy there. Laser barrage, not so fun. Good. We don't really need to be worried so much about being tippity-top when we get to the end there, because, you know, battle will restore our energy as we start it. But, you know, we still need to survive the trip down. Technically, not everybody needs to survive either. If 1 or 2 people die, heck, if only 1 person makes it alive, it's still gonna be fine. Asshole. Alright. Keep my eyes on the game. Because not only do we have to do the final battle, which relatively is going to take very little time, but it's also that we have to sit through the end credits, which that takes a good half hour or so, I'd say. So, you know, I'm just trying to fit it all into one video. I'm not in a hurry to get this run done. It's not like with the Metal Gear Solid run where I was salty and angry at the end and I wanted to get it done. This game doesn't do that to me. This game doesn't plod on like that. It's beautifully paced. Alright, so this is just the last floor before the boss, and here you'll only discover 2 types of enemies. This is the Breath of Zemus. Oops. I put auto battle on by mistake. And all this guy does is he casts Libra on you, and if you hit him the right way, he'll start, you know, doing other stuff. He's just free XP. This is a very low attack boss. He doesn't do much. Except he apparently... Oh wow, that's fun. He gains energy, he gains energy from fire, but he was stunned by Rydia's whip. Because, you know, the whip sometimes can stun a dude. Alright. Bam! That's a 99. I'll just kill him. It's the merciful thing to do. He's got a lot more health, though. He's got a lot of health. Alright. No levels to gain there because I've darn near gained all the levels I'm gonna gain. And this is the Mind of Zemus, and he's a little bit more animated. He actually attacks and throws magic and protects himself, so... Yeah, the Mind of Zemus or the Hatred of Zemus, one of those things. Topped up, keep going. This is kind of the point where some of these extra little augments don't really make a difference. They don't count as much. But I'm not really ready to just go through all my folks and, you know, remove augments and such. Maybe there's something good worth using. I don't know if it is. I mean, focus is probably going to be damn good. Alright, the final floor. Let me go ahead and sort out Edge's abilities, because he's basically going to be... Okay, actually, yeah, I've got everything I need here. Edge is pretty much just going to be throwing whatever's in the inventory. We don't need Level Lust. You know, I might put Prey on. Yeah, because we don't need Level Lust anymore. We're done with that portion of our life. HP plus 50%. Yeah, that needs to stay. Omnicasting is not going to be of any use anymore. I might put Summon on. Yeah, I'll put Summon back on. I'll put Summon back on just because we're only going to be having one enemy to attack here. He keeps MP plus 50. Phoenix, probably a good idea. Probably a damn good idea to put Phoenix on. Bless, well, I don't really have anything else to put on Kane. Let me look. Is there anything else? No. Last Stand. What is Last Stand? I don't know what Last Stand is. Well, I'm sure it's crap. So here we are on the final sub-basement. No new thought bubbles. Let's get on with it.
Golbez, Fusoya.
Look at this King Xerxes motherfucker right here. It's nearly done. Give your power to Meteor.
Very well. Yes, use all your strength.
Bam!
Even when this mortal shell is gone, my spirit will live on.
And that's the end of Zemus. Wow. Kind of pwned him. Kind of beasted that guy, really.
We did it. What a waste. Such incredible power, and all of it warped to evil ends.
Hey!
Oh, you've come.
Looks like we were too late. You were supposed to leave him for me.
Cecil.
Cecil.
This time I will finish what I set out to do. Zeromus, be gone!
Damn, look at that evil Tribble. Okay, so... yeah, he had a bit of a bad day. And this is not even his final form. Oh, nothing damages this guy. Double Meteor, baby. Doesn't do a thing. No use! Meteor isn't working. Golbez, use the crystal. See, this is something I never got. The crystal? What the fuck is it?
You tread the path of darkness. That crystal will shed no light for you.
See,
Your hands will only stain it darker still. Die!
what the fuck is the crystal? Okay, that is something that never got explained, that was never hinted at even before in the game. Yeah, he's pwning them, so the fuck what? It was just never explained. It just fished out of someone's pocket and, oh, we're gonna win with it. So, anyways.
Elder! Cecil and the others!
Indeed. Now is the time we pray for them. No, for the entire world. Hallam, Olum, we must see that all the prayers made here reach Cecil and his friends on the moon.
Cecil, my friend.
This is your chance. Please have courage.
We'll all be waiting for you.
Return safe.
For the sake of the whole earth.
Rise up!
Our prayers are with you.
Come on, you can do it! Cecil! Everyone!
Great moon. Please, hear our prayers.
Brother.
Cecil, it must be you.
Zeromus. This is the end for you, not us.
Here. Let us help you.
Their prayers bestow life. Yep. So, first one is everybody gets a Phoenix down.
Have courage. Trust in yourselves.
And people hover in the air and spout platitudes at us. Their prayers bestow strength, which is just healing 2 of our party. Maintain your focus.
Come back to us, you hear?
Their prayers bestow vitality, which is 2 more people up. Moon, shine your light upon them.
My brother.
Use the hallowed light within you. Allow it to fill the crystal.
Zeromus, show your true face.
Their prayers imbue Cecil with holy might. So yeah, this part of the battle is pretty low-key. He's just going to sit there rumbling at us, but we can't do any damage to him at this point. So I guess they explained it a little bit. The crystal's just a focusing device for your awesomeness or whatever, and Golbez couldn't do anything with it because, well, he's evil. Or was evil. Very dark, very dark. So where the hell is it? There we go. Cecil can use it because he's filled with holy awesome lightness and such, so crystal, use. And that actually opens up the main battle. Zeromus reveals his true nature, and it is Gurgagar. Okay, y'all don't need me to read grunts at you. Oh, what a fucking thing. Alright, well, shit's getting thrown now. And Rosa, let's go ahead and let's put slow on him if we can. But I am going to wail. I'm going to unload on him. Shell would be a good idea. Throw Kikuichimonji. Just pour on the damage. Slowing Zeromus down, not a bad idea. Putting Shell on, which, you know, next time he does Black Hole, that's probably going to take the Shell off of us, but it's going to help us survive better when he does his Bank Bang attack. But just unload. There's no reason to hold back for this guy. Alright. I think I'll cry at him just to get his defense down. We're doing pretty good damage there. I don't know if this is subject to the same mechanics that, you know, the original is, where he's on a set focus pattern, but I think he's about to do Big Bang. That's what happens after he rumbles. Ooh, flare counter. Great. Not a big deal. Okay, I guess that's alright. And he just osmosed from us. What the fuck? Probably a good idea if we top out. See, all of his hatred and such is gonna come in the Big Bang. That's what it's really gonna be, where he unloads, and it's gonna be whether or not I can survive that dictates how this fight goes. So with Edge, it seems worth it to go ahead and do that that little bit of focus there, because he is just rocking the 99.99. We have got plenty. Ooh, meteor. There we go. Kind of a shitty meteor, but it's still, you know, ow. We can do meteor too, though. We're doing it better than you are. What? We didn't even get one Big Bang? Holy shit. We beasted Zeromus. Okay, I'm sorry. I was not prepared for it to have been that easy. I mean, yeah, I leveled everybody, but this was supposed to be a challenge. Sweet. Okay. Peace out, Z. No Gerzer Graham? Damn.
You've truly done it. I'd no idea there was such strength in you. You of the Blue Planet may have already grown more powerful than we of the Moon.
It does rather look that way, doesn't it?
But what of the final words Zeromus spoke?
As long as there is darkness.
There will always be evil in men's hearts. We, all of us, bear a touch of darkness, just as surely as we bear light, much as with the twin sets of crystals. And the darkened underworld that rests beneath your planet's brighter surface. But as long as there is darkness, so will there always be light. Just as the light within you rose to overcome the shadow cast by Zemus.
Well, now that you mention it, I did feel a bit of glow.
Are you joking? It's a miracle Zemus didn't end up using you.
My love of justice kept him at bay, no doubt.
Well then, the time has come for me to join my people in their sleep. What will you do now?
We will return to our planet.
Our friends are waiting.
I see. You are lucky to have such friends. I look forward to the day we can meet again.
Might you permit me to accompany you?
You would join me?
I would. I cannot return. Not after all I've done. And I would very much like to meet my father's people at least one time.
I see. Yes, our blood flows in your veins too. You know this will be a very long slumber.
I do. Cecil, you called me brother. I suppose I can expect no more than that. All you've suffered until now has been because of me.
We must go now and sleep. We will pray for the peace of your planet. Come, let us go.
Yes.
Cecil,
Is this all right, letting him go?
your brothers.
Farewell.
Cecil?
Farewell, my brother.
Deep. That was nice. I like that. Cecil struggling to cope with the fact that his greatest enemy ever has also been his brother the whole time. And that's a big shock when you realize that it's the last one. Yeah, birthed from the womb of Dragon's Maw. I don't give a crap about the Messenian legend. When you realize that this is someone who's family to you. Moonisweth never... Okay, yeah, just making sure. There is a little bit of extra. Yet fleeting is the reverie, when moon from shadow has egressed, guided forth anew by light made manifest. Two bound by ties of blood, by time and fate then rest apart, unto lunar light and Gaian breast. Neat. But yeah, he's struggling to cope with the fact, because it's hard to forgive everything that's been done, but he's still your brother. He's still the only link you have to your past, the only living link. And I'm not going to say that's the way for everybody. There's a lunar whale getting put back to rest there. That's not the way that it is for everybody, of course. Your relationship with your siblings may be different. Anyways, back to the dialogue. Well then, let us begin today's lesson.
Alright.
Where's Palom?
Oh, not again. So I cast a mighty blizzard on the bonk. When are you gonna stop that? The Elder's furious with you.
Palom's a little bit of a Mac Daddy. Who knew? How many times must I tell you the same thing before it sinks into that thick skull of yours? You've a deal of growing up to do if you ever plan to be the sort of mage Tella was. 2 more hours of spell transcription for you.
Aw, not again. You've only yourself to blame, you know.
So this is the epilogue. Just kind of see how everybody gets on with their daily lives after it, which is nice, you know. I like to see a little bit of how everybody does things when they're back in their normal life and dealing with the aftermath, because life goes on.
Your young highness, you are the heir to our kingdom's throne. You have responsibilities.
I know that.
Then might I suggest you stop chasing after this daydream maiden of yours and start fulfilling some of them?
Ooh.
Right.
A little more sincerity would go a long way.
But, Rydia, there's not a girl in this world that will ever come close to you.
Your Highness!
She has become a fine young woman indeed.
And to think she would return here to us. Rydia! Rydia, why do I have fangs? I want to be the same as you.
What do you mean? We're all the same. There's no difference between humans and Eidolons. The Feymarch is going to become a very interesting place in the days ahead, isn't it? Most certainly, and not one lacking for beauty.
All that matters is what's inside us. Isn't that right, Cecil? Honey.
You're a queen now, won't you make a little effort to speak like one?
Yeah, you know I can't stand all that prim and proper stuff.
Oh no, it's already past time for today's training. Come along. Yes, Your Highness. So now he's the king. Okay. Sure, why not?
Always running out on me.
Do not fault your husband. He'll build a fine new Fabul for us all, I've no doubt of it. Ooh, Edward's got some work to do. How's it going over here? How's it going over here? Can we get this carpet out of here? Maybe clean up some of that rubble?
Prince Edward. Kids. Sing us the song about the paladin again.
I would be most happy to, but not until you finish your chores for the day. You want the castle to be back the way it was again, don't you?
Of course. But you promise you'll sing it, right?
Barding it up like a boss.
Anna. Please wait for me. I must be strong and live on here for the people of Damascene. Be at peace with Tella.
Aw. Lolly ho! Listen up, dwarves. We're going to make this castle good as new again.
Your Majesty, we've not the materials.
Then scrap the tanks. They'll see no more use now anyhow. Really?
I wonder how Cecil and the others are doing.
See, Luca has an interesting voice that you only hear once in the game. I can't duplicate it. I've just received some good news in that regard. Cecil and Rose are to become the king and queen of Baron.
Really?
And not only that, we've been invited to the coronation.
Yay!
Your Majesty, you're not helping at all. Didn't I tell you to go and scrap the tanks?
Lolly ho!
Fucking shook the world. Ooh, Kane. What's up, Kane? Cecil, Rosa. I have no right to bear witness to your joy. Not like this. Ooh, he's got long flowing locks. I will temper myself here on Mount Ordeals. And then, when I've become an even finer dragoon than my father, perhaps then I can return. There is no challenge for you on Mount Ordeals. You can literally skewer every zombie and hold them aloft and walk the length of the mountain. Until that day comes, I can but wish you well. Seriously, Kane, you are not challenging yourself here. You are not going to grow as an individual. The grave of Cecil's father is not going to benefit you. Oh my!
What is it?
I don't know who these people are. No, I know who they are. The moon, see it? What's happening? Yep, we are going to watch the moon separate and fuck off. Which I have to think that's going to do some sort of tidal thing to the planet. I mean, this planet kind of evolved having 2 moons for a while, and now one of them's gone. I guess it had to get used to it at some point, but okay, I don't know. This is just, I can't help but think, even as hollow as that moon was, I'm sure it held some mass and exerted some tidal force, you know? Even a little bit, even a few inches on the planet makes a huge difference in biodiversity and ecosystems, so... Anyways.
Huh? What is it, Cecil?
Nothing. I just could have sworn something I couldn't read.
You did?
See, this is all timed. I don't have time to read.
It must have been my imagination.
What are you two still doing here? It's a beautiful sunny day and there's no time to be lounging about.
I'm sorry, we must have lost track of time.
You'll have all the time you want later to get that lovey-dovey stuff out, blah blah blah. Come along, Rosa, or should I say Your Majesty?
Please, I'll always be Rosa to you, Sid.
Really, you mean it? Well then, Rosa, our bride can't be going without her makeup. I've got her made already, we best hurry along.
Of course. It's been a long time since we've seen everyone, hasn't it? They'll be arriving soon. You best hurry too, Cecil. Right.
Whew. Gotta read fast.
I heard it, I'm sure of it. My brother, he said farewell.
So yeah, this is all timed because of the way the music plays out. They're not going to slow the music down or loop it or anything for us, so I had to read that real fast.
Look at Rosa. Ooh,
That is a nice change of garment. Wow. Nice transformation there. Cecil still got his flippin' armor on. And this is a wordless scene. Nobody says anything here. We just see the actions speaking louder than the words. And Palom is just as irreverent as shit. Jumps into the fucking throne. And Cecil's alright with that, because he's like, this Palom, you know? Palom turned himself to stone for me. And he's macking on Luca, too. Look at that. Get your ass punched. Sweet. Rydia's there. Edge notices. How come Edge has green eyebrows? I never saw that before. Did he dye them for Rydia?
Hi, Edge. Oh, hey, Rydia.
And Sid brings the crown. I like a happy ending. Everybody's excited. Dog pile. Sweet. I kind of like to also think of this not as the coronation alone, but also as Cecil and Rosa's wedding. So that was Final Fantasy IV, the remake, the PC version. And we seem to have made it through this episode without a crash, so I consider that a win. And now we just get the credits here, we get a chance to look at all the sprites. My thoughts on the game? Fucking classic. I mean, this is one of those games that I grew up with, and this is one of the great games of role plays, you know, RPGs. Squaresoft, Square Enix, whatever you want to call it. Rosa's all goodbye, everybody. I think that's just her White Magic Animation cast.
Oh, look, it's little Rydia. Oh, hello, sweetheart.
Aw, you grew up. Aw, that's cute. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to spend any time on Tell It. Very good game. I think one of the best stories in a game I've ever heard. It's kind of, you know, more compact and scripted at you than its, you know, next one, at least from our perspective, Final Fantasy VI. I never got into 5, I didn't grow up with it, I didn't have the chance to become engrossed in its story at a time when I was still absorbing stories like that, and this is just one of the stories that stuck with me. It goes through so much, doesn't it? You see so much happen in this game. And 25 episodes, each more or less, give or take an hour, maybe a half hour long. 25 episodes. You know, there's a good 20 to 40 hours in this game, depending upon how much you want to stretch it out. I could have done so much more. I could have, you know, sought out how to finish all the maps. I could have, you know, gone after the Naming Way quest and ground for pudding. But I feel like this told enough story. You know, I feel like this told enough of the story. And I know I had this super long mega hiatus where I just didn't do it. You know, I stopped doing Final Fantasy IV because I wasn't getting any views. Oh, look, the Magus Sisters. Cute. And the Calcabrina. Not so cute. But, yeah. I mean, this right here is one of my top games. And I'm sure everybody's wondering what's coming next. I don't think anybody's really wondering what's coming next. I'm going to be doing Final Fantasy VI. Although at some point, I do want to get to Final Fantasy IV The After Years. Because I have that on Steam, it's already available. I'm going to probably do that one. It's going to be a blind run, but, you know, I got to start doing blind runs at some point on this channel. And there's What's His Way, waving goodbye to us. And this is how you make the credits enjoyable. You don't just put a wall of text in front of the screen. Give us some visuals. Let us see the characters being kooky and wacky. Let us kind of reminisce about the adventure we just took. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I like the DS remakes so much, is because they took extra care to visualize. And even in a video game where visualization is part of the medium, it's still something that you can leave behind. It's still something that can lack. So just, you know, kind of be mindful of that, game makers. Add a little bit of color. Have a little bit of faith in the story that you just told. The characters were bright and vibrant. When you look at them, you have memories of what they were about. You have your own image in your head of what they were and who they were. So it's just lovely. Mad props to the voice actors. Taliesin. Okay, I have to believe he was named after somebody from the Dragonlance books. New Gen Pictures. All these people involved with the making of the game. Tsukino Akari. Something of the moon. I don't know what Akari means. Sorry. My Nihongo is rusty. Let's round this out with a final thing. Once again, my name is Alex, also known as Solanus Dracone, and this has been Final Dankasy 4. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I'm still gonna let the credits finish. I owe it to the people who made this game. Presented by Squeenix, and there's still more credits, wow. This goes on for quite a ways after the music, doesn't it? Come on, you usually end the game with the company name and all that. You don't keep going with more people who are just parts of the story. You wrap it up with the big organizations. Okay, is that it? No, we still got more credits. Okay. Original development staff? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, executive producer, that's gotta be it, right? Right? Yeah? We done? Come on. Yes, we're done. Okay. Ooh. Stick around to the end of the credits, guys. What's happening here? Oh, the end. Okay. Alright. That was lovely. Alright. Please like and subscribe.